So I want to bring this full circle. I think that there's lots of people out there that are in great relationships.
Yes.
And one of the things that they're trying to do, and I have a hard time articulating this, when people that know me have seen this sort of parabolic rise in my career. And I always talk about it being that I found my purpose. And I found God's calling for me, and I'm very passionate about it. And people always ask me, how do I do that? And I don't really know what to say to them. I know how I did it. For me, I wasted 20 years of my life, which I wouldn't recommend to somebody, being very inauthentic, not really contributing in any meaningful way to humanity, and exchanging my time for money until I realized that I didn't want to do that anymore. And I think that's when the authenticity began and my career really took off. But for people that are trying to find their purpose, I'm not saying the meaning of life, but their meaning.
Yeah.
What are some things that you would advise them to do to find that why?
So the first thing that I would say is that, somehow we've turned into a society that looks down upon the ordinary. And, sometimes find your purpose in an ordinary life. Your purpose, you don't have to have this, I found purpose too, but you don't have to be a podcast host and doing these huge things to have found purpose. So know that it doesn't have to be that. But
that's great. That takes a lot of pressure off.
It takes a lot of pressure. It's very important.
Yeah.
You find your purpose by, number one, first figuring out the ways in which you're living by a should. My parents expected me to do this, so I'm doing this. And this is not to blame parents. This is just, generational stuff. Society expects me to do this, so I'm doing this. What makes me happy? What's going to make me feel proud of myself? What's the challenge that I have not been taking on because I've been too afraid? So it's following that sort of inner whisper of what I really want to do versus what I think I'm supposed to be doing. And then it's the willingness to step outside the oh so comfortable comfort zone, because you're never going to really, you may have to disappoint some people. You might have to keep your day job while you do your passion gig on the side. You might have to move and live somewhere else. So it's about having that kind of conversation with yourself that your purpose is this is the thing that lights you up.